I feel like everybody has spam musubi. Even though that's not their specialty, they put spam musubi on their counter. And people will just grab those. So yeah, it's all over the place. You will not have a hard time finding spam musubi in Hawaii. They're everywhere. Yeah.
In the islands, our ethnic melting pot has created a diverse community of ʻONO, or delicious food. Let's take a closer look at our local cuisine. Here on ʻONO.
My parents are actually from Japan. I have two sisters. There's three of us that were born and raised here. So we wanted to open a musubi shop that had both Japanese and local concepts, and we just kind of put it together.
Yumi's parents, Musubi and Tetsuya Goto, opened Got'z Grindz in 2019, where they serve Japanese and local style food, including spam musubi.
A spam musubi would be rice. It's like usually a rice ball, and then it has a slice of spam and seaweed on it, nori. But we have like a bacon egg spam, we have bacon avocado, like we have so many different toppings on our spam musubis. And then we have our more traditional Japanese style musubis, which would be like a umeboshi, salmon, kombu. I don't know anybody that doesn't like musubis. And it's also very convenient. We wanted to do something that was like a grab and go kind of a concept.
Typically, Hawaii's spam musubi is like rectangle, but my musubi, it's Japanese traditional style, is triangle.
The design and portability of Hawaii's spam musubi are very much inspired by its roots in Japanese culture.
When you ask a local person, oh, can you grab me a musubi? They tend to think spam. Whereas if you told somebody that's Japanese, can you grab me a musubi? It would be something more like a salmon musubi or umeboshi musubi. So I think that's the difference there.
When I tried Hawaii's musubi, when I first came here as a tourist, then I enjoyed the rectangle spam musubi, but sorry, it's kind of big. But in Japan, Japanese style musubi is more smaller, lighter, then people enjoy at least 2 or 3 different kinds for their light meal. Hawaii's musubi's filling is typically spam, but actually there is no spam musubi in Japan. So it's a huge difference.
Spam was introduced to Hawaii in 1937 and became an important ration for soldiers and civilians during World War II. By the time the war had ended, spam had solidified itself as part of Hawaii culture.
I guess in Hawaii, we eat more spam per capita than anywhere in the U.S. We celebrate spam. We have a spam jam every year in Waikiki that draws like tens of thousands of tourists. Well, not just tourists, but locals trying all these different ways to eat spam.
We eat spam. That's what the people want, and that is what we have because there's a demand for it. I mean, that's what we eat.
I think a lot of people on the mainland are not really exposed to spam. Someone on the mainland told me that spam stands for spare parts of animal meat. But actually, and I did do research on this, the LA Times says that it's pure pork shoulder. So it's not as bad as you think it is, but just people make things up in their heads.
People in Hawaii share a special relationship with spam. But when did its fusion with musubi begin? Some credit Barbara Funamura, a woman from Kauai, who started selling spam musubi in the 1980s.
My wife opened this shop called Jonihana in 1983. And with the opening of the restaurant, she had this thing that she called spam musubi, and that's the first time anybody ever heard of spam musubi.
One of the workers introduced this mold that made that familiar rectangular shape.
As it turns out, the spam also fits exactly without any modification into this thing that, that's been pressed in the sushi.
You just cook your white rice, make a ball with it, then you put your fried spam on top, and then you get a piece of nori, which is the dried seaweed, and then you wrap it, and you're good to go.
Today, musubi is a go-to snack in Hawaii, and for the Gotos, it's how they do business.
I grew up with my mom making me, home lunch, it would be Japanese style musubis. But then the Manapoa truck will come around and we will buy the spam musubi sheets, right? Over time, as we grew up, we started creating these combinations because it's the best of both, like combining the two. And I think that's what really works. And I think that's what makes our shop unique. That is our comfort food. It's spam with the rice and then the nori. So yeah, I think it's something that we just grew up with eating, yeah.